Okay, so the single machine system, which is your typical computer or laptop at your home. Nowadays, even mobile phones can process very fast. If you want to compare that system with the large scale data system, you can see on the left side it's a single machine system, and on the right side it's a scalable system for data. And here are 3 points, which is algorithm, OS, and storage, which is mapped to a large scale system. And if you want to design this scalable system, you need to change these 3 things, which is algorithm, OS, and storage. And typically, this scaling is done at two dimensions. One is horizontal, and second is vertical. Example of vertical is something like if you have some processor which runs at 2 gigahertz, so it can process roughly 2 billion instructions per second. If you scale it, it should be able to process probably 4 billion instructions per second. That's called a vertical scaling. Or even if you improve your RAM, you make it double, even that will be called as vertical scaling. And this diagram is designed for horizontal scaling, where you want to add some more machines. It's like add some more smaller machines and combine them together, and the system will becomes horizontally scalable system. If you go with vertical scaling, there are several limitations in terms of price. For example, you might have uh, seen somewhere that if you want to buy a RAM of more capacity, it's very costly. But if you buy cheaper RAMs and let's say thousands of RAMs together, you can create a large RAM in very small price. Same goes for processor as well. And nowadays there is a limitation on computation speed. If you increase, if you go to last decade, the speed of computer was increasing from several megahertz, 100 megahertz, 200 megahertz, 500 megahertz, 1000 megahertz, which is 1 gigahertz. And after reaching to that point, the improvement in speed was not very significant. And once it reaches to point of 2 gigahertz, people have started improving speed even more. It might go to 3 or 4 as well. But the problem with that approach is that if you improve the speed even more, it creates a lot of heat, and processor is not able to handle that heat, and processor might melt. Hence, it causes limitations uh, because of some physical properties of the material. So that's another limitation of vertical scaling. And yeah, okay. So coming back to the horizontal scaling, if you see this uh, at the bottom of my right hand side here, this is OS and local file system, and this is a computer, and you attach several computers here, and it acts as a basis for the upper layer. And this upper layer has storage, resource manager, services, and these are for designed to work on top of these 4 smaller systems. And there is a one-to-one mapping from left hand side system to the right hand side system. So storage is something which utilize for storing data. Services are like some like naming services. Resource manager is something where you want to know what resources are free, like how much memory is free, and how much disk is free. And if you want to compute something, how many machines can utilize it, it is all managed by the resource manager. And these all services are also available on a single operating system. If you have studied the topic of operating system, there are several chapters. It's like scheduling is one chapter, storage on disk is another chapter, and memory management is another chapter. Same services are available on this scalable system as well, but these are designed specifically for this scalable system purposes. And on top of it, you can run large scale user application, which can be data processing, or machine learning or something else as well. And yes, and the applications which run on top of data processing service, which are like user application, this has to be designed such that those application will be aware of what is underlying them, meaning the system should be aware that it's fetching data from some other machine and that is not available from local machine. So that is called as intrusive systems.